There will be a time. Oh, oh.
Hey guys, and welcome on into another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends Free NHL Picks. I'm Terry and ready to break down the Saturday slate, getting a bit of an early start, which is never bad. So it'll give people more time to watch as well. Obviously, no recapping of the Friday slate because games haven't started yet. So still games ahead. If for some reason someone watching missed today's show and has any questions about today's slate, feel free to put them in the chat. We'll jump into the chat. Terry, hello, Isaacs. Crap, tomorrow's plays. Yep. My plays are non-biased. All right. That's good. But we will jump right into tomorrow's slate and talk about the first game here, which is the afternoon game between the Calgary Flames and the Philadelphia Flyers. Calgary, minus 103 to minus 115. Philadelphia, minus 105 to minus 115. Sixes right across the board in this one. And right off the bat, I have to ask myself, and I'm not one that really pays attention too much to lines, meaning if it's a trap or not. A lot of people will look at this and say that Calgary's a trap. Being at minus 103, being at minus 115, the fact that they've been playing so well lately, Philadelphia has not. Philadelphia is on a losing streak here. And I might have fallen for the trap, but I'm taking the Flames money line. I kind of hinted at this earlier on today's show. The Flames have won 6 of their last 8. Impressive win against Nashville, playing well. 3 of their last 5 games have gone over 6.5. Philadelphia has won 1 of their last 6 games. They're starting to come down to earth and look more like the team that most people expected them to. They've been trending towards the under. They've gone to overtime in 3 of their last 6. Calgary 7-1-1 in the last 9 meetings between the teams. They've had a lot of success against the Flyers. 6 of the 9 games, Philadelphia covered plus 1.5. So Calgary's been winning, but they haven't really been blowing Philadelphia out. 4 of the last 7 meetings went to overtime. So this could potentially be a good draw spot as well. The last 3 meetings all going over 6.5. So we've seen higher scoring games between these teams. I'm taking the Flames money line, and I'm going to continue to take Blake Coleman to get a point. He's done that in 11 of his last 13 games. Travis Konechny also has a point in 8 of his last 9. Most likely, those will have to be parlay pieces. Anything over minus 120, I'll put in parlays. When it comes to player props, around minus 120 is my cutoff for single plays. So point props won't be out till tomorrow, but Travis Konechny for Philadelphia, Blake Coleman for Calgary continue to produce recently. I did place Jets minus 1.5, Canes and Caps draw, Blackhawks money line. Had to after the USA covered minus 1.5. All right, interesting. I like the Flyers. Sharks will beat the Leafs. All right. Well, we will definitely get to that game very shortly. But yeah, we'll move on along to the second game, which is also an afternoon game, but it's a little bit later, 4 p.m. Eastern. This one's going to be a great game. Florida Panthers and the Colorado Avalanche. Florida plus 114 to plus 128. Colorado minus 135 to minus 140. 6s and 6.5s available here in this game. And both of these teams are playing really well right now. Let me bring it up here. Florida's won 6 games in a row. They've covered the puck line in 4 of the 6 games, playing the best hockey they have of the season so far. 4 of their last 5 games have gone under 5.5. So Florida has been winning games with defense and good goaltending. Colorado 6-0-1 in their last 7, also playing really great hockey, going over 6.5 in 3 of their last 5. 3 of their last 5 games have gone to overtime, all being 5-4 final scores, which is really interesting. That they've gone to overtime 3 times recently, all being 5-4 scores. So if this gets to a 4-4 score, we're probably going to overtime in this one. Florida 4-2-1 in the last 7 meetings between the teams. 3 of the 7 games have gone to overtime between these teams. So this could be another good draw spot. 5 of the last 7 meetings went over 6.5. I'm looking at this one here. I have to take the Panthers at this great plus price. They've had success against Colorado in the past. Florida, their last 3 games, all 4-1 wins. So the Panthers are just playing great hockey right now. And to get them at this plus price is just too great to pass up. So I'm taking the Panthers here as a road dog. Yes, the Avalanche are playing really well. But if there's a team that can beat them right now, it's this Florida Panthers with how they're playing. Of course, IceX disagrees. Avs -1.5. I like 9. 9 games tomorrow. Nothing placed so far. Okay, so these are just leans for you. All right. Looking at player props here for this one. Carter Verhaeghe has a point in 5 of his last 6 games for Florida. So does Matthew Tkachuk, both playing really well right now. Sam Reinhart has a point in 7 of his last 9 games and at least 3 shots on goal in 7 straight games. So Reinhart is definitely shooting the puck. He's getting points. Could be a good goal scorer prop if someone was looking for one. Makar has at least 3 shots on goal in 6 of his last 7 games. Valerie Nichushkin point streak did come to an end in his last game, but he still has a point in 10 of his last 12 games. And Nathan McKinnon has an assist in 15 of his last 17 games and is playing. He's the MVP for the Avalanche, and it's not quite close with how he's been playing recently for them. We will go on along here. Careful betting against Colorado first game home after road trip. Yeah, I know. I have to with the price Florida's at. Colorado having to come back to beat Dallas. They're having to come back a lot, and I feel like this Florida team is a team that if they get that lead, I think they can hold it against Colorado. Yeah, I placed my bets after the night ends beforehand. Nothing wrong with that, unless I say otherwise. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I don't mind getting my plays in early. I don't mind, but everyone's different. Moving on along to our next game here, which Isaac already said he thinks that the Sharks will beat the Leafs. Toronto -275 to -300, heading to San Jose +225 to +240. Sixes right across the board here in this game. And looking at this one here, kind of weird that's being played at 7, being in San Jose. That just kind of seems weird to me right off the bat. But looking at this one here, Toronto 3-2-1 in their last 6 games. They've won 2 games in a row. They've gone under 6.5 in 5 of their last 6. So Toronto playing lower scoring hockey for the most part recently. The San Jose Sharks have lost 10 straight games in a row, losing by multiple goals in 8 of those 10 games. They've gone under 6.5 in 7 of their last 11 games. Toronto 6-2-1 in the last 9 against the Sharks, winning by multiple goals in 5 of the 6 wins. So when Toronto's won against the Sharks, they've done so by multiple goals. And five of the last 8 recent meetings went over 6.5 between these two teams. When it comes to the total here, and when it comes to the side, it's a pass. I know the Sharks have been losing by 2 a lot, so you could look at Toronto by 2, but -110 to -115. We've seen Toronto in the past. We actually, I don't even want to say that. I don't want to give them shit about their loss or they won to Anaheim because they should have beat Anaheim handily. They just ran into a hot goalie. So I don't want to give Toronto shit about that. But the Maple Leafs have been known when they're big favorites against a bad opponent to lay an egg quite a bit of the time. So don't feel comfortable taking the Leafs on the puck line in this one. I don't really want to back the Sharks in any fashion right now because they're just awful. And they're playing a team with a lot of star firepower. So side in total is a pass. Looking at player props that I'll be targeting for parlays, Nylander has a point in 15 of his last 16 games, at least 4 shots on goal in 4 of his last 5. So he's shooting the puck a lot recently. When it comes to shooting the puck, John Tavares, at least 4 shots on goal in 12 of his last 13 games. That's insane to get 4 shots every game, 12 of his last 13. He's got a point in 3 of his last 4, so starting to heat up on the score sheet. And Austin Matthews, goal in 9 of his last 12 games, at least 3 shots on goal in 11 of his last 12. You could potentially look at that. I think he had 13 shots in his last game. So looking at this one here, it could be kind of a repeat of what happened against Anaheim, except I do think Toronto will be able to score more in this one. Yeah, depositing is a no-no. Depositing? Sharks money line. Toronto disrespectful. Dostal calling him a no-name. Yeah, that was kind of surprising by the believe it's Toronto Sun, the sports media, um, calling him a no-name goalie in the title. Like that is disrespectful. It is. I agree. Toronto is never worth minus 275. Exactly. That's why I'm going to stick to player props. Canucks minus 2.5. Interesting. We'll get to that game in a bit. Sup? How's it going, Raymond? Raymond, what is up? Sup Ice. Martin Jones versus former team. There's that angle as well. And the way he's been playing, this could be an under. Maybe Sharks team total under, potentially. Hockey, Martin Jones save prop. That could be a good way to look. He earns the win. Yeah, I wouldn't surprise. He should earn the win for sure. Oh, never mind. It's the Leafs. I thought it was the Nucks. Yes. No, we haven't got to that. Yeah, don't trust the Leafs. Yeah. I'm trying to definitely insulates Martin Jones and gets him the win. All right. We'll see. Doofus, LMAO, towards Raymond, but friendly. There you go. Is Jones confirmed? I don't think any goalies are confirmed for tomorrow. So I didn't even bother bringing them up because, of course, we are talking about tomorrow's games. And yes, Martin Jones is confirmed. So there we go. He'll make his 7th straight start for the Leafs. 6-3-0, 2.2 goals against average, 930 save percentage. Wow. He did this last year for Seattle. He just had that insane stretch where everyone is like, what the heck is going on? Because he's been a sieve for a good portion of his career. But he's been able to turn it on. That's for sure. LOL, ha. USA minus 1.5 was in fact easy money. There you go. Owen didn't jinx anything. Sweaty minus 1.5, LOL. Toronto media is beyond annoying and trash. Sharks money line indeed. All right. Well, we will see what happens in this one. Moving on along to our next game here. Tampa Bay Lightning head to Boston. This should also be a pretty good game here. We've got Tampa Bay plus 130 to plus 144. Boston minus 155 to minus 160. Sixes. There looks like there's a 6.5 at power play available in this game. Tampa Bay has won 2 of their last 5 games. Not really playing all that well. Got the win against Minnesota in their last game, but as I said on previous shows, beating Minnesota is nothing to jump up and down about right now because they are playing with an AHL team. 5 of their last 6 games have gone under 6.5. Boston 4-1 in their last 5. The 4 games they won by multiple goals, going over 6.5 in 3 of their last 4. So Boston trending towards the over, Tampa Bay trending towards the under. In previous meetings between these teams, Boston 6-1-1 in the last 8 games between the teams. So they've had success against their division rival here. 5 of the last 7 going under 6.5. And no single plays here for me in this game. I think Boston wins. I like Boston to win this game. The issue is that they're minus 155, minus 160. Some people will play that. If that's your thing, then go for it. For me, minus 155, it's past my cutoff of minus 135. So I'll look to have Boston in a parlay or parlayed with in the same game parlay with some player props. Looking at player props in this game, Nikita Kucherov has a goal in 6 of his last 8. At least 3 shots in goal in 8 of his last 10. Victor Hedman has an assist in 7 of his last 9 games. He's got a point in 8 of his last 9. David Pastrnak has a point in 5 of his last 6 games. At least 3 shots in goal in 11 of his last 13. Brad Marchand has a point in 5 of his last 6. And Charlie McAvoy has an assist in 5 of his last 6 games. So McAvoy continues to get assists. And I might look at betting his assist prop singly tomorrow. He got 2 in the last game. I do think Boston will be able to score against Tampa Bay. So I will be looking at his assist prop tomorrow to see what that is priced around. Bruins minus 1.5. Bolts are bleh right now. I agree, especially on the road. Boston's had their number. Past anytime goal and Kuch anytime goal, same game parlay. They both been hot. That's definitely good luck. Your 2 favorite players going head to head. All right, awesome. I would say Bolts and Bruins play tough like the Pens and Bruins, but not this one. All right, all right. If you like Bruins, take them in reg. Yes, you could do that as well. You could. No. Okay. Minus 1.5 is big balls bet. It is. I'm not sure if they're going to walk all over the Lightning. We'll see. All my plays are big balls. Yeah. If you haven't seen Ice X's plays, he's on the Sharks money line tomorrow. So that should say all that needs to be said. He likes the big plus money. So we'll see what happens. But he cashed some nice plus money plays yesterday. Sabres puck line. Who saw that coming? Not me. But we'll move into the next one. This one, I've already doubled down here on this game, and the Devils still have to play tonight. But here we go. Vancouver Canucks plus 100 to plus 110. New Jersey Devils minus 120 to minus 125. 6.5s right across the board here in this game. Taking the Devils money line, and I'm taking over 6.5. So I'm on over 6.5 tonight. I'm on over 6.5 tomorrow, and I'm on the Devils tomorrow. Reason being here, the Devils have absolutely dominated Vancouver, having won 15 of the last 16 games between the teams. I took New Jersey earlier on in the season when they were in Vancouver on December 5th, I believe, with the Devils winning 6-5. 4 of the last 5 games between these teams have gone over 8.5. So not over 6.5, not over 7.5, over 8.5. And the one other game that didn't go over 8.5 went over 6.5. So the games between these teams have been extremely high scoring. Both teams trending towards the over right now. Of course, New Jersey still has to play tonight. But they have gone over 6.5 in 5 of their last 6 games. This Canucks team has gone over 6.5 in 5 of their last 7. So I'm taking the over and I'm taking the Devils. I have to take the Devils with how they continue to play against Vancouver. And now with the Hughes versus Hughes thing, yes, I'm going to have a same game parlay with Jack Hughes, Quinn Hughes, and Luke Hughes all to get a point, as I did in the first game when they faced each other. That cashed. I will have that obviously tomorrow when it's available. So if you're able to get same game parlays, um, I really liked it the first game. I like it again here. Give me the Devils over all the Hughes brothers to find the score sheet. Best game of tomorrow. I hope so. I hope so. Terry, what's up? What's up, Dylan? First time back in the Nucks, but Canucks money line. All right, all right. OMFG. Yeah, we're against each other. Not surprising. All the 3 Hughes brothers to score. Now, in the last meeting, Luke scored and Jack scored, but Quinn only got an assist. So that's why I'm going points. Points. What's the line for the first period? Both teams to score. Not sure if that's out yet. Not sure if that's out yet. Expect Nico Doss tomorrow. Yes, that's why I like. That's why I like the Devils even more than I already do with how they've been playing recently. Obviously, the Canucks 2-2-1 in their last 5, so they're starting to slow down. The Devils are 1-4 their last 5. Obviously, their success against Vancouver, but Nico Doss has been the better goalie. But I still think we can get goals in this one. And you see it go under too. Well, all right. Hey, I'm at my granny's house. Can't look up shit. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I shouldn't say shit, but Vancouver for plus money, please. All right. All right. Nucks have a serious revenge bloodthirst mode. Well, they've they did win that one game, and I think that was 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago. So they've definitely struggled with the Devils. Moving on along to our next game here, which is between the Buffalo Sabres and Pittsburgh Penguins. Buffalo plus 136 to plus 149. Pittsburgh minus 162 to minus 175. 6.5s right across the board in this one. Buffalo coming off a win, as I said on today's show, and I've said on other previous shows, Sabres have not won back-to-back games since November 1st. So last year, over 3 months ago, can they do it tomorrow? Can the Sabres win back-to-back games, go into Pittsburgh and beat the Penguins? It's possible, but for me, no single plays in this one. Buffalo 3-4-1 in their last 8. Pittsburgh 8-2-1 in their last 11. The Penguins are playing really great hockey right now. Both teams going over 6.5. Buffalo in 4 of their last 7. Pittsburgh in 4 of their last 6. I do think we get goals in this one. So I will be talking player props in a second. Pittsburgh 7-1 in the last 8 games between the teams in Pittsburgh, winning by multiple goals in 5 of the 7 games. So Buffalo could be in for not just a loss, but a beatdown. Despite winning all those games, the last 3 games have all gone under 5.5 between the teams, and the last 5 in Pittsburgh have all gone under 5.5. So Buffalo has struggled to score when they've gone to Pittsburgh. I don't think that under 5.5 continues here. I think we do get a higher scoring game in this one, but I'm not going to take the over here. I will take props. Rasmus Dahlin sound like a broken record, has at least 3 shots on goal in 15 of his last 16 games. That's why I continue to talk about it, because he continues to do it. Casey Middlestat has a point in 6 of his last 7. And Tage Thompson and Jeff Skinner on that top line both have points in 3 straight games. So they are starting to heat up for the Buffalo Sabres. And for Pittsburgh, no big surprise, Jake Ensel, Sidney Crosby, both have points in 6 of their last 8 games. Crosby 3 points in the last game. Gensel has at least 3 shots on goal in 6 straight games. So he is definitely shooting the puck a lot recently. Jump into the chat. Nucks coming off a loss too. Yeah, we'll see. I think they lose 2 in a row. I really do. Nucks play better D and played awful D versus the Devils. All right. Pittsburgh minus 1.5. As if I'm taking Sabres off a win. Yeah, it hasn't worked out for anyone that has in a long time. Quinn puts money on the board tomorrow night. All right. I can't believe I'm backing the Sabres. ... Sabres money line. Hey, you think Sabres will end the streak? You've got to think they will eventually. I know Tim Earl does. Tuck and someone else is sick for the Sabres. Uh-oh. That's not good. Bleep the bleeping Sabres. Yes, they've been... Yeah, I've discussed it. Let's go Pens. All right. Just a feeling, though. Crosby anytime goal. Quinn anytime goal. All right. Ride this Penguins heater. They are trying to make the playoffs wild card. Yeah, they certainly look like a playoff team right now. They do. I like the Sabres in the under. All right. Pittsburgh coming off a huge win over the Bruins. It's a Sabre spot. That's true. But Pens and Bruins always play tough against each other. We will see. Yes, we will see what happens. Ultimately, I like player props on both sides. So if Buffalo breaks the streak, good job to them. It won't hurt me. Moving on along to our next one, even though I'd rather not discuss this game, but no, I'm just kidding. I actually do want to discuss this game. Minnesota minus 117 to minus 135. Columbus plus 110 to plus 114. Sixes right across the board here in this game. Looking at this one, Minnesota, as I've continued to say, is playing mostly with an AHL roster. They've lost 4 straight games. They've gone under 6.5 in 4 straight games. So their offense is completely dried up. Columbus 2-2-3 in their last 7 games. They've gone under 6.5 in 5 of their last 7. So the Blue Jackets have been playing lower scoring hockey recently, as has the Wild. Columbus has gone to overtime in 5 of their last 7 games. And I did mention it on yesterday's show about that. I watched Columbus and Philly go to overtime. I did end up sprinkling on the draw, so I was happy about that. Minnesota 6-0-2 in the last 8 games between the teams. 5 of the last 6 games have gone under 5.5. So both teams trending towards the under right now. Both teams have played under when they faced each other. But my play in this game is the draw. So not only has Columbus gone to overtime in 5 of their last 7, but 4 of the last 5 games between these two teams have gone to overtime. And I remember them going to overtime because Minnesota's been a big favorite, and I've had the Wild puck line when they faced Columbus. And I've remembered being frustrated as the game goes to overtime. So give me the draw here. Columbus is playing close hockey right now, going to overtime game after game. And these two teams, for whatever reason, when they face each other, expansion cousins, of course, both coming into the league the same year, they go to overtime. So give me the draw in this one. When it comes to player props, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Joel Eriksson Ek has at least 3 shots on goal 7 of his last 8 games, 19 of his last 21. I know he had 4, I believe, in the last game. So Joel Eriksson continues to shoot the puck, as I believe he definitely will here in this game. Adam Fantilli has a point in 5 of his last 6. So the star rookie here for Columbus has been playing really well recently. So I'll look at him for a point, and I'll look at Joel Eriksson to get me at least 3 shots on goal. Of course, that will be a parlay piece. Could go over 4 shots on goal as well. Columbus money line. Watch the Wild win. I don't know. I don't know. They have to eventually, and I don't know. Matt Boldy anytime goal was on him versus the Flames, and he let me down. Let's see tomorrow. Yeah, it was frustrating that he and Johansson and Rossi were not shooting the puck. I turned the game off, as I said on today's show yesterday, halfway through, and halfway through, none of those 3 players had a shot on goal. And the Wild are not going to win or score goals or win games if those 3 are not getting shots. So I hope Boldy comes and he's shooting the puck a lot tomorrow, like Joel Eriksson does. First period under. I wouldn't talk anyone off that. These teams have played such low scoring hockey. Columbus flies. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Everything says Columbus, ... So give me the Wild money line. Honestly, there have been times where that's what I've been thinking. Everything points to one side, and I mentioned on the show, many shows, I've had a rough NHL season. Um, it's just been a rough year, and everything points to one side, and then the opposite happens. So we'll see. Obviously, I want the Wild to win, but I can't bet them to win right now. Uh, STG if the Wild wins. All right, all right. I lean Wild money line, but sticking with Boldy. All right, all right. I have 8 plays now passing on Columbus Wild. Nothing wrong with that. Can you honestly compare stats when Minnesota is a shell of their previous teams? I mean, Columbus is notorious of blowing leads and cannot close out teams, but Minnesota is a shell of an NHL team. I agree with that, but I will still compare stats. Like I'm not going to just throw all the stats out the window. But obviously, I'm taking the injuries into consideration. Obviously, because um, I'm not betting Minnesota to win until they get guys back. So I'm obviously taking the injuries into um, consideration. But with the injuries still, I'm not saying Minnesota's a good team right now, but comparable to Columbus, I think, with the injuries they have. Columbus Russians put up points. Shinnikov and Marchenko. Potentially. I don't think I know Shinnikov was really hot at times, but he's kind of slowed off. And Marchenko has had success against the Wild, but mostly when Kaprizov has obviously been there. When is he coming back? I don't know. It was supposed to be week to week, but I've heard he is progressing well. So I'm assuming within a weekish sometime. So he will most likely be the first of the players returning. But I don't want the Wild to rush him. The way this season is looking, if the Wild are making the playoffs, it's going to be a wild card spot. So if Kaprizov has to miss a few more games, so be it. Just don't injure him long term. We'll move on along to our next game here, which is between the New York Rangers and Montreal Canadiens. New York minus 204 to minus 225. Montreal plus 180 to plus 184. Sixes right across the board in this game. And I took Montreal. I took Montreal at home in their last game. Not really looking too deep into the stats with the Habs at home. Montreal has has won 2 of their last 11 home games. They have played awful at home in front of their fans. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games. The Rangers 7-3 in their last 10. 5-1-2 to a total of 6. So 5 over, 1 under, 2 pushes. The Montreal Canadiens have gone over 6.5 in 6 of their last 7 games. But when these teams have faced each other in the past, 4 of the last 6 have gone under 5.5. So they've been lower scoring games. The Rangers have won 5 of the last 7 games. But Montreal's covered plus 1.5 and 4-7. So the Rangers haven't really been blowing the Habs out when they face each other. And when I looked at this game, there was only one thing that stood out to me right away, and that is Artemi Panarin. This guy is on a heater. I'm going to take him to score at a decent price of plus 120 for how he's played. Panarin, a goal in 5 of his last 6 games. So he is scoring goals. Mika Zibanejad has a point in 11 of his last 12, and Chris Kreider has a point in 8 straight games. You could definitely do a same game parlay with Zibanejad and Kreider together as they play on the same line and on the top power play. For Montreal, Nick Suzuki, 0.8 of his last 10. Caulfield, a 0.7 of his last 9. Matheson, a 0.6 of his last 8. But I'm staying off all 3. All 3 didn't find the score sheet in the last game, and I just don't know how much Montreal scores against this Rangers team. I could see them scoring 1 goal and the Rangers scoring 4 or 5. Could look at the Rangers puck line, which is plus 122 to plus 105, but I'll stick here with Panarin. And of course, Zibanejad and Kreider continue to play really well. Draw and Rangers win. All right. Mika Zibanejad, anytime goal. Can never go wrong with Zibanejad on his point streak. I know he's got assists in that, so I'll just stick with him to get a point. But best of luck, Raymond. Moving on along to our next game, we have another Central Division battle here between the Nashville Predators and the Dallas Stars. Nashville plus 140 to plus 150. Dallas minus 161 to minus 180. 6s and 6.5s available here. And when I look at this game, Nashville's starting to cool off. That's for sure. 2-3-1 in their last 6 games. They've gone over 6.5 in 4 of 6. Dallas 5-2-1 in their last 8. They've gone over 6.5 in 12 of their last 14 games. Both teams going to overtime recently. Nashville in 2 of 4. Dallas 5 of 9. Dallas has won the last 5 meetings between the teams, covering the puck line in 3 of the 5 games. So the Stars have definitely had success against Nashville. And I know a lot of people have been riding this Dallas Stars over streak. Nashville coming in here trending towards the over as well. When these teams have faced each other in the past, the last 7 games have all gone under 6.5. And 12 of the last 13 games between these teams all gone under 6.5. So for whatever reason, these teams play lower scoring hockey when they face each other. No single plays here for me. I want to bet the over with how these two teams are facing each other right now. I stayed off the over last night in the Stars game. It cashed. I'm probably doing it again here. But not going to force a play in this one. So passing when it comes to the side or total. Player props. Gustav Nyquist has a point in 7 straight games. If he is a decent price, minus 125, minus 120, or plus money, I don't think we'll see plus money. But if he's around minus 110, minus 115, whatever to get a point, I'll probably bet him singly. But Nyquist has a point in 7 straight games. Ryan O'Reilly has a point in 5 of his last 6. Forsberg has a point in 3 of his last 4. And the Stars top line, Jason Robertson, Joe Pavelski, Rope Hintz, all have points in 6 of their last 8 games. So I'm targeting the top 2 lines of both teams. in this game. I think one goal on each side and can cash all 6. So that is the goal here in this game. I'm gonna jump into the chat. Like the Habs, that's why draw and the Rangers win. Habs do me dirty. Oh no. Oh no. Super pass on the Preds and the Stars. All right, nothing wrong with that. Nomir Heiskanen. Yes, he is out, and it sounds like it's week to week. So they say it's not a season ending injury, but it's not day to day either. So that's going to hurt the Stars. Offensively and potentially defensively. This means we're going to see a lot more of Ryan Suter. So, oh no. Oh no to Stars fans. That's not good. That's not good. 2024 Stanley Cup champions Dallas Stars and Rick. I could see it. I could see it. Geez, I have 10 plays for tomorrow. First period over 1.5. All right, all right. I would say Stars and Reg 2, but pass. Take it. Take it. No. No. Okay. Well, there you go. I'm just going to stay off this game because I'll stick with the props, but stay off side or total. Probably goes to overtime. Probably does. Probably does. Moving on along to our next game here, we got the St. Louis Blues and the Carolina Hurricanes. St. Louis plus 155 to plus 163. Carolina minus 185 to minus 192. 6.5s right across the board here in this game. Do we have confirmed goaltenders for Carolina tonight? Kochetkov is confirmed. Okay. He's still projected to start tomorrow. So we'll see what happens there. But I need to know who's in net here for Carolina. It does matter. Because if Antti Ranta is in net, I don't feel comfortable with taking the Hurricanes on the puck line. The Blues have been playing really well. We've discussed that, but mostly at home. Carolina's won the last 4 meetings between the teams, so swept them the last 2 years, winning by multiple goals in 3 of the 4 games. So Carolina has definitely had success against the Blues. 4 of the last 6 games between the teams have gone over 6.5. Looking at player props here, Robert Thomas has a goal in 4 of his last 5 for the Blues. That'll be a nice plus price for him. Of course, I already talked about on today's show, Sebastian Aho is a point in 5 straight games. Andrei Svechnikov has a point in 5 straight games, and Seth Jarvis has a point. At least 3 shots on goal in 4 of his last 5. So if those streaks continue, which I think they will, then most likely I will go right back to them here. But if they don't, I might pass. If you want to know, tomorrow, as I've said on previous shows, the link to my Google spreadsheet is in the description below. You can get all my parlay pieces, all the stats I've been giving out on the show. You can see them all there on the spreadsheet. So it's in the description below if you want to take a look. I'll update it tomorrow with any changes if there are any. But for this game, no single plays. Just the players that I was mentioning, Robert Thomas and the 3 Carolina players for this game. We'll jump into the chat here, which is really lively. Nashville team total should open at over 2.5. Potentially. You never take Dallas, I noticed. Interesting. I took Stars minus 1.5 and they burned me. So pass. There you go. Pass on this. Another pass. LOL. Canes minus 1.5. Owen is a Canes fan. Unless it's Ranta. Yes. See, I need to know. It'll be Ranta. It probably should be. Kachekhov's playing tonight. So it should be Ranta tomorrow. Which makes me think Robert Thomas will not have a hard time finding the back of the net. So that may end up being a single play for me tomorrow. If Ronta's in net, I will be on Thomas anytime goal singly. Canes are no stupid and risk taking like the Leafs. They'll start Ronta tomorrow and win. Win? Not. Okay. Not win. They'll win one way or another, so pass. Oh, okay, they will win. Okay. Who you got tonight, IceX? Jack Hughes, anytime goal. Save himself for tomorrow. I hope not. I hope he plays great both nights. Most likely Ronta and Carolina drags after they smash Washington tonight, and then the road trip on a high. Robert Thompson, anytime goal. Buchnevich, anytime goal. Most likely. Hawks, draw, and Jets -1.5. All right. All right. We've got 2 more games left. Only one late game. Oops! I spoiled my play in this game, which is no single plays once again. I do have a play in the last game, but New York Islanders +130 to +135. Vegas -149 to -160. Sixes right across the board. I'm tempted to take the New York Islanders. Vegas is just not playing well right now, and see the Islanders at +130 is very tempting. However, the Islanders 4-3-3 in their last 10 games, um, going to overtime a lot, but not really getting the job done all the time. I don't know if I trust them here, and I don't want to just bet them because they're a dog against a team that's playing bad. Vegas has won 2 of their last 9 games. So, as I said, not playing well. The Islanders 4-1-1 in the last 6 meetings between the teams. 3 of the 6 games went to overtime. So, we've seen overtime. We've seen the Islanders have had success against the Golden Knights. 7 of the last 9 meetings have gone under 6.5. But as I said, no single plays here for me in this one. Don't trust the Islanders, but not going to take the Golden Knights here. Nice. IceX, New Jersey, first period, 3-way, which is -0.5, -120. And you're blocked. Okay, well, there we go. Escalation. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. IceX says, LOL, LOL, don't kill me, or don't know. Yeah, pass this too. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Al's Vegas draw. Vegas wins. Most likely does go to overtime. I have fun with Vegas. All right. Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt, Dawson Mercer, Tyler Foley might even wake up after struggling lately. Yeah, very true. I hope Mercer can find the back of the net. Vegas might even win in reg, but just the draw. All right. Might take Jack Eichel anytime goal. Not a bad look. Looking at player props in this game, for the Islanders, Dobson has a point in 3 of his last 4. Matt Barzal has a point in 3 of his last 4. And Mark Stone for Vegas has a point in 11 of his last 13. There's one player in Vegas you can count on for the most part. It's Mark Stone. So that's who I'd be looking at to get a point in this one. But we'll move into the final game of the night, 10 p.m. Eastern, between the Ottawa Senators and Edmonton Oilers. Ottawa +165 to +181. Edmonton -194 to -200. Sevens pretty much right across the board here in this game. And I already spoiled my pick in this game earlier on today's show. I'm taking the Oilers. Give me the Oilers in the puck line -1.5 here at +115. I want to fade the Ottawa Senators as much as I can while they're playing like this. They have won 3 of their last 12 games. They've gone over 6.5 in 7 of their last 10. Edmonton Oilers have won 6 straight games and 14 of their last 17. The Oilers are rolling right now. Looking at previous meetings between these teams, Edmonton 11-1-1 in the last 13 games between these teams. Ottawa is struggling, and this is the last team that Ottawa wants to face when they're struggling. Edmonton's covered the puck line in 6 of the last 7 wins against Ottawa. So they haven't been close. 3 of the last 4 meetings have gone over 6.5. Yes, Ottawa and Edmonton are in different conferences, but they were obviously a division rival a few years ago when COVID happened. So not all these meetings are old, but 11, 1-1 in the last 13. And with the way these teams are playing right now, give me the Oilers puck line to take care of business against a bad Senators team. One Senators prop I will be on as a parlay piece. Brady Tkachuk has at least 3 shots on goal in 11 of his last 12 games, continues to shoot the puck. McDavid has an assist in 17 of his last 18 games for the Oilers. Draisaitl has a goal in 6 of his last 7, and Zach Hyman has a goal in 4 of his last 5. Looked at Draisaitl goal, but it was around minus 120, minus 125. And I don't really want to take a goal scoring prop at that price. I'd much rather use him as a parlay piece instead in a same game parlay or something. So that's how I'll look at that, unless it moves to plus money overnight. But I don't really see that happening. So we'll have to see what happens here. Bum, 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 bum. Smash this Ottawa versus Edmonton game. Smash it, okay? First period, both teams to score, game over, and Oilers on the puck line. I like it. Hi, Terry and friends. Hey, Addison. Ottawa on the road. Can they go 15 straight goal in first 10? I say yes. Might be juicy, but I'm squeezing. I'm also going to be on the first period over and Edmonton first period team total over. You've been riding that. You've been riding that goal in first 10. So, yeah, you got to stay on it. You got to continue to ride it until it ends. So, best of luck. The way these teams have played in the past, there should be goals. And Tommy agrees, a lot of Edmonton goals here, which is exactly what we think should happen. Oilers puck line, I swear to gosh, aka STG, if the Sens actually play for real, I'll be pissed. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, they do win some games, the Senators, but overall, they just look really bad. McMagic and Draisaitl anytime goal, same game parlay. You could do that. You could do that. What happened to McBum, Raymond? You mean McUseless? McMagic. He's been McMagic. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goal in first 10 is minus 190. Ooh. Yeah, see, that's parlay it with the first period over. Yeah, if you can do that, same game parlay it. I could do that as well. But that's tomorrow's slate. Thank you everyone for watching. Most likely people will be watching throughout the night or in the morning. Hit the like and subscribe button. Appreciate all the support. And if you want to know any other changes in my plays or anything like that, check out the spreadsheet, as I said, in the description below. You can check that out. Well, let's all make some money here on Friday night and tomorrow night. Let's all make some money. McJesus, good luck, guys. This was fun. Great show, or exclamation mark. Great show, Terry. Thanks and best of luck to all. Cheers. Yes. Yeah, it was fun doing the Friday show the night before because I've already capped the game. So it was nice to chat with you all, and we'll see you most likely on Sunday. Best of luck, guys.